So you've clearly owned businesses, scaled them not only nationally but internationally, and at a very, very tender age. Um, Fast forward again, we won't talk about your age here. People can read them in the show notes. There's some articles where you've been featured, so you can do the math and discover Khalid's age. Um, you then struck out pretty recently um, and decided to obtain credentials as a ESG leader with a certification that you pursued both with HSBC and KPMG. What made you kind of pivot um, to really kind of going deep into ESG, which, today it's like, at least in the United States, very front and center.
Yeah.
Um, you were a pioneer. So what made you pursue those credentials, Khalid? Thank you.
The governance and the sustainability aspect is not as commonly, talked about uh, compared to profits and
Yes.
margins, top lines, and um, the and that kind of made me think, oh, so people, when they think about companies and managing them, they're not thinking as much about the environments within which the companies are evolving, as
Yep.
much as they think about the ins and the outs of the company itself. So
Right.
there, and that made me realize that, oh, I do want to create impact here. And how can I create impact here is by trying to integrate technology in a way that improves the relationship of a company to their environment, and their impact on their environment. And so, in my next act planning was, okay, I'll transition out of managing the group, and I will seek to understand better how to incorporate ESG principles
Hmm.
into the board governance.
Right.
And so the program, which is a full year program,
Okay.
um, uh, uh, was a big kind of micro masters that was very heavily focused on use cases of actual businesses, and that's kind of the specialty of KPMG, and more on the financial integration from HSBC, to understand and become, a well qualified board director for publicly traded companies, foundations, family offices, but with a large emphasis on the
Awesome.
ESG and on kind of changing the mindsets in boards. So our role as graduates of this program is not to be a regular board seat, but to be the kind of change and impact board seat, and to kind of negotiate our way into changing the strategy of the company or the foundation or the family office that we are in the board of, towards more impactful environment.